I remember Hoy writing an extensive article on after he made his breakout performance in Via Game about, you know, actually using emotes to bring your opponent out of the mindset that they're locked into on any given turn.
Yeah, and let's be honest, you know, a lot of players like, you know, you shouldn't emote, it's disrespectful, or, you know, BM, but like Bawse is like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But also you use the tools available in the game to your advantage. If that's what you want to do, there's completely nothing wrong with it. And DrHippi's going to go for the swipe into the Fandral, and at this moment in time, the wild growth will probably be the decision following up, or because of this call of the wild, do you think DrHippi played enough spells for Yogg to be good enough?
Like Bawse says, thank you for that perfect trade, and as if to answer your question, Alexander Bagley, he has played five spells this game.
Oh, Arcane Giant. I love the card, and it has the additional joy of counting spells for us.
It is pretty useful, yeah. It counts the exact number of spells for you until it gets down to 0, at which point your number of spells is enough.
Yeah, good. It's like, it'll do. So now the problem is, though, that there's the fear of if you just play Giant and Wild Growth and Giant in the probably the correct order there, you're going to just fear the second call of the Wild, because there aren't enough spells for Yogg to get work done. You know, let's be honest, 5 is just not really enough.
No.
But, you know, the swing of a second call is extremely scary, so I actually don't mind DrHippi playing this, and Hippie actually told me yesterday that he likes Yogg because they're always good. So I said, right, we're casting your game tomorrow, we'll see, and so far, okay.
That is so good. Ambitious, and he actually nourished for mana here, so he's actually able to now cycle through that wild growth if he wants to, and discount, and that is
5 was enough, and there's Hippie, not normally showing too much emotion on camera, but he cannot help himself, and you know what? It's very scary when someone tells you my Yoggs are always good. First Yogg, good, on 5 spells. Oof. It's totally speechless. Can everyone just take a note? This is the first time in my history of knowing you that you're speechless.
What just happened? That was 5 spells. All right, so Wild Growth available can reduce the cost of his Arcane Giant, but not by enough to fit in the Violet Teacher as well, I believe, right? So we'll go down to 5, so he'll be 1 mana short. So, yep, just going to cycle it out first. Living Roots is a nice pickup here. Allows to clear out the 4/3 off the board. Allows him to push 7 face and develop a fresh 8/8 alongside this board. So, all of a sudden, from a precipice situation, he is now set up lethal.
Yeah, and we said from the beginning, Hunter overruns the Druid, but now with no minions on the board, one card per turn, and this kind of power on the other side, this game's pretty rough. I mean, he called the Wild, best card he could have drawn. Is it enough? Probably not.
It's enough for now, but in the long term, it begs another question. But it speaks very much to the power of Call of the Wild as a card that we're even considering whether that one draw is enough to have brought him back into this game now, because he was so far behind up until this point.
I mean, any other card would just be game, right? Yep. There's literally no card I don't think he could have drawn, especially because he only had 1 left in the deck. So, like a Bawse having a chance at coming back into this game after that pretty powerful Yogg from DrHippi.
Is like a Bawse considering hitting face here? I mean, is that the necessary play, actually, to give yourself a chance?
No kill commands and 1 quick shot. So, quick shot into kill command. Well, just kill command if Leok survives.
Right.
Oh, no, because he'll hero power.
Well, never mind. He played to his outs. Like, I definitely don't mind this line. Of course, basically any removal spell was lethal there with the line he took, but I don't think he wins the long-term trading game ever. It seems like a 0% line to go down the trading game from there, but he takes the aggressive push, tries to set up an out for him off the top of his deck, but any removal spell, and Wrath
Yeah.
was good enough. And DrHippi, the experienced veteran of these proceedings, is going out to a healthy lead.
Yeah, he's definitely not roping the turns, which is a bit of a surprise in itself, but we'll be back in just a minute with the continuation of this series of DrHippi versus Like a Bawse.